broken the bike yesterday, but I'm starting from the race confident, no, to do a great result. And during the race, I've seen Jack and also Pecco really fast, but my pace was really similar. And I think, okay, I have to stay calm the first part to understand when was possible for me to take overtake. And I've overtaking Jack. I don't remember him what lap, but Pecco was really fast and was difficult to me overtaking him because he braked very later. He's so strong, but at the end, in the first part of the track, I was fast, and in the first chicane, I've overtaken him, and I've win this race. For me, Ducati is really competitive in this track. We have demonstrated me, Jack, and also Pecco, and we will see if we can continue like this. But sometimes we have some problem, and when we have a problem, it's difficult for me to going up. But we will see.
The key lap of your race was lap 21. We saw you make the move going into turn 3 on Pecco. He got you back and then he ran wide into turn 8 and then he crashed behind you at turn 13. I'm not sure how quickly you were aware of that, but can you just talk us through that process of that lap 21, your strategy and what you were trying to do?
Yeah, I haven't the strategy during because I don't know what was my pace, and it's important for me to learn something from Pecco because in all the weekend in 2 points was more fast than respect me, and when I've changed the line, I have closed this gap, and I haven't followed the lap to overtaking him.
Next up, Mugello, the perfect pre-race boost there for you, winning here in Le Mans. Your thoughts on your home Grand Prix, an important race for you, for Ducati and the team, of course.
Yeah, Mugello is really important for everybody, but also for the Italian guy. I'm never going on the podium in that race, and for me will be good trying to go, but it's too early. We have to enjoy in the weekend. To don't commit more error like in this Grand Prix.
Just quickly, great celebrations between all 3 of you guys on the podium. What does the Prosecco taste like coming out of Jack Miller's boot?
Jack boots, I don't know. It's
he didn't try from mine.
Oh, he tried from his own?
Yeah, he did his own, and then he made me try his.
Okay, great job, Anaya. You're the race winner here in France. We'll move on to second place, Ducati Lenovo team rider. Jack Miller. Jack, we've just spoken the TV set. What a fantastic weekend all round it has been for you. Qualified P2, finished the race in P2 as well. Talk us through your race, because this is not the first time this season where you've been fighting right at the front for the win and the podium, but today that hard work was really rewarded.
Yeah, for sure we turned a few heads when Michelin would have told the other riders that Miller's on a P on the front, on the grid, but I had a good feeling with it. It was kind of my strategy a little bit after, especially after the warm-up. Every time I put a medium in this weekend, I crashed. So 2 from 2. So I didn't want to make it 3 from 3. I understood the P. Yeah, it was moving a little bit more, but I was getting a really good reading off it, and I could understand where I could push, where I couldn't, and basically like that. The race itself, I was like, all right, I'll try and get out in front and just set my pace. I knew what pace I could run. I got in the front, basically had a dream start. She was a bit dodgy going through turn 1 with all the devices locked in and whatnot, but I was able to block the line and get it done. And then, yeah, I just set about, like I said, running my pace. I lost about 3/10 after about the 3rd lap when Rins come through at turn 1. I didn't really understand what was happening. I just changed directions from like 2 to 3, and I just right at that point I was like, saw the Suzuki appear. I didn't know what was happening. To be honest, I got scared, but I understood that Alex was crashing at that point because he was doing everything he could to slow the thing down. So I have to say a massive thanks to him for sacrificing that, you know, in order to to keep everyone else safe. Later on in the race, I actually saw a van, one of the crash vans that bring the bike back, riding along the service road there at the exact same point. And I had bloody deja vu, or give me flashbacks or something. I was pretty scared, but no, it was a good race. I didn't have anything to follow these boys, but you know, I just tried to do my pace, like I said, and was able to bring it home.
What was the difference between yourself and the guy sat next to you today? He did this to you in Austin, unfortunately, a few weeks ago. And what did you make of the 2 mistakes on lap 21 from your teammate Pekka? Because we didn't see that coming at all.
This little bastard's done it more than twice, I can tell you. He's done it plenty of times, and he's always strong at the end of the race. He's got good drive, he's good on the tyres, and he worked it well today. He rode a perfect race, I think. He didn't make any mistakes. He started firing it in a little bit deep. I seen him towards the end of the race there at turn 8, getting quite close to the curb, and you can sort of see when somebody does that because their body goes a bit central. I thought, oh, he might be starting to struggle finally on the front. Meanwhile, I've been struggling for about 12 laps. But no, Pecco, I mean, was riding a good race. I thought he had the pace to go. I allowed him through. He sort of squared me up on the exit of 7 and was trying to pass from the outside in 8. So, of course, I can always try and jam it up the inside. I got the inside line blocked, but I didn't want to disturb him. I thought, okay, we'll work together here and try and pull away. But he got in front, said about his pace. He had about 3 laps that were decent, but then I saw he started to struggle on the right-hand side, especially in turn 8, a little bit in the last corner. And then, yeah, when I saw Renee come through on me and then set to work on Pecco, I thought, here we go. Saw he passed you back on 9 at 8.
Yes.
Yes, I saw that, and there was a bit of a scuffle. I saw Pecco come back on the track, big old black line, completely out of the line. But yeah, obviously he was pushing a bit hard there in the last sector and threw her away. So I'm sorry for him. He could have made it a Ducati 1, 2, 3, but wasn't to be today.
And as always, you love a good celebration. We saw you with the marshals and the fans on that last lap. You've come here with no gloves, no boots or anything. What about the shoey for you on the podium? It's not the first time you've done that.
Not the first time, no. The first, you know, I was drinking out of my boot, and that was all right. But I got a little lump in my throat when I drank out of his. I don't know, like I said, it was psychological or what. But no, it was awesome to first of all see these fans. I mean, they were out in droves today. It was unreal, the cool down lap, just to feel that atmosphere from them all, give them all a rev and whatnot. I appreciate them all coming out, and you know, on a sunny day like this in Le Mans, why not? So no, it's been a good weekend.
Another top job this weekend. Congratulations, Jack. We'll move on then to our man in 3rd place on the podium for the 3rd consecutive race in a row. Congratulations, Aprilia Racing's Aleix Espargaro. Aleix, that's your 4th podium finish of 2022, but it looks like it was probably the one that you had to work the most hardest for.
Yeah, it has been extremely difficult because I was fast, but not enough to overtake Jack or even at the beginning of the race, Joan Mir. But I knew that today was about true revenge also because the track was very slippery. But it was sincerely most difficult to stay on bike than to go fast. Was not, for me, very, very difficult to go very fast, but to avoid the crash was the key today. And every time I tried to get close to Jack, I start to have a lot of movements on the front. I saw on the dash that the front tire was on fire, so I said, okay, I let him go. About half second, 8/10, and I just stayed there. And then in the last part of the race, I saw on the big screens that Fabio was very close. I saw one time that he was a little bit better in the mid-corner. Also during the weekend, studying him on the video, he was better than the rest on the mid-corner, carrying a lot of speed. So I knew that if I went wide 2 meters, he will pass me inside in the mid corner. So it was very difficult, sincerely, to make no mistakes on the last 10 laps and to stay in 32.0 without any mistakes today was difficult. But finally it pays off, and yeah, I'm very happy.
How difficult was that when you know how desperate Fabio is to get a podium in front of his home crowd, over 100,000 fans here today, to see the world champion +0 on your pit board for the whole race? That was probably as hard as you've had to work all year long.
I knew, because every time I get closer to Jack, I had the problem with the pressure tire. I couldn't overtake, was impossible. We were braking very similar. So I knew that Fabio had exactly the same problem than me with Jack, but with me. And Fabio is a little bit better than me on the moment in mid-corner, but it's not better than me on the brakes. So I knew that it was on my hand. If I make no mistakes, if I brake late, I could maintain the podium. So yeah, I
And this dream season for Aprilia continues. They go to their home Grand Prix in Mugello in 2 weeks' time. You're second in the World Championship, just 4 points behind Fabio going to Mugello, and Aprilia now lead the team championship. This is that dream that you don't want to wake up from again, isn't it?
I have no words, sincerely. I have no explanation. What's happening? I don't really understand. I mean, I'm enjoying a lot this year. I have the bike that I dream. I asked the engineers to make this bike as I will always have dream, but they did it, which is very difficult. In the pre-season they improved a lot the bike, and the bike that I have is the bike that I always had dream. And now we are just 4 points behind Fabio, 100 points after 7 races, leading in the teams is insane.
And just quickly, are you a fan of the Prosecco out of a sweaty boot at the end of a race?
I love to have a good relation with the other riders. It have to be like this. These two guys were awesome today, and to have fun, this is a show. So I struggled a little bit today with 1 extra kilo with this camera, but I knew it pays off because the show was good. I have my left shoulder destroyed, but then to drink the Prosecco on the podium with them, it pays off. It was not the best Prosecco of my life, but okay.
Great job by all 3 guys here in the Shark Grand Prix of France. Your race winner, Enea Bastianini, on the podium with Jack Miller and Aleix Espargaro. We'll now hand over to questions, please, from the floor.
Yeah, everybody, Mirko Colombi, Motosprint Italy, to Enea. You won 3 times this year. The first question is, which is your favorite one? And the second is, you win or you not back, but behind 5th, 8th? Why not on the podium?
Yeah, my favorite is Austin, because the track is really special for me, and won the race of Texas is too special. Also, the Qatar was special for me, but also a lot for the team, because it stayed the first victory after many years, and the first time without Fausto Gresini. And yes, sometimes we aren't consistent, no, because when we have some problem, my riding style is not the correct when I have the problem on the front, because I ride a lot with the front tire. But we have to follow the solution during this season. And I think we arrive on the solution too early, but we will see.
Yes, Manuel Presino from Riding Sport Japan. I have a question for Enea, another one for Aleix later. Enea, what wonders or what impresses me more is how you manage the race, the time when you decide to attack. My question is, do you do this by your own, or do you get some help on the dashboard from the box, like saying, go ahead or something like this?
No. Yeah. Also, I can be lucky. I don't know. But this race has been without one strategy. In the other one, with a strategy, and I understand when overtaking Pecco. Like all my race, when you watch my race, always on the last part I'm more fast. I don't know why happened this, because in this Grand Prix the drop of the tire was not too much like the other one, but I'm here, and I don't know really nice why happened this.
Aleix, I have 2 questions. Do you consider that the traction is the strong point of the Aprilia, how it tractions?
I think that today I traction better because I was a little bit conservative on the brakes. I brake straight very strong, but then going in the corner I didn't want to make any mistake, because small mistake it costs the podium and I lose more points with Fabio. So stopping the brake a little bit more allows me to pick up and create some grip. I think that the good thing of the Aprilia is not the traction or the brakes, it's the balance. It's good, more or less good everywhere. Today it has been the first race that I suffer on the pure acceleration. The traction was not bad, but on the pure acceleration today was impossible for me to get close of Pecco and Enea and Jack. They had more acceleration, so I arrived late on the brakes, so it was impossible to overtake for me the Ducatis. But overall, the traction and everything has been okay.
At a certain point of the race, if I am not wrong, Fabio got really close and he tried to overtake. Did you did a mistake at this point?
No, the problem was that I was trying at the same time to get close to Jack and try to overtake him, but every time I was close to Jack, I saw in the dash that the right front tire started to get super high temperature. So in certain moment I say, okay, I have to give 1 second, because if not you will crash. I saw that the pressure was super high, the temperature. So I give some gap, and I saw that the temperature was dropping on the dash. So this is why Fabio got closer. But I knew perfectly that also for Fabio was very dangerous situation to be super close to me, because he will have the same problems. So it was like this. I knew that I had what I had to do: brake super late and stop the bike in the middle, and I did it. And yeah, finally, it was very difficult race for me, sincerely. To block him was difficult, but yeah, good.
Simon Patterson from the race. A question for Enea and for Jack. Can you give us any idea of what today and this weekend means for your futures? And do you guys feel like you're competing against each other now off the track as well as on the track for seats next season within Ducati?
Yeah, I'm happy to stay in Ducati, because I'm riding this bike very well, and I think it's the best option for me now. But I don't know at the moment my future, where is it. I think we can understand better this one during the other races, but I'm happy because Ducati have offered me a good package, and I think we can win also in the client team, come si dice?
Independent team, yeah.
Independent team. I don't know, but we try.
I don't know what you want me to say. I said it all. I mean, put 2 and 2 together. He's won 3 races this year. He's doing a fantastic job. He's Italian. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Okay, guys, a great show here in France this weekend. Congratulations to Enea, to Jack, and to Aleix. We'll see you next time in Mugello. Well done, guys.